Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, September 6th. I'm Juliet Bennett Rylah here with Berkley, and this is the Hustle Daily Show. Today is kind of a special day because we are in Boston for Inbound, which is HubSpot's annual conference. We are not in our homes.
We are not. And if you're wondering if our adoring fans are watching us right now, absolutely nobody is. They're just setting up. So you might hear a little bit in the background, but what you're mostly going to be hearing is some incredible updates on what's going on in business and tech.
Today, we're going to talk about YouTube. Given TikTok's massive success, other platforms, Amazon, Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, have all responded by repeatedly attempting to copy the short-form video app. But is it even a good strategy? At YouTube, some senior staffers reportedly have their doubts. We'll talk about that in a moment, but first, let's talk about what else is going on in the world of business and tech. Analysts say that the writers and actors strikes have cost California's economy $5 billion so far, affecting not just the entertainment industry, but also caterers, dry cleaners, transport companies. Anyone that's kind of caught up in the entire world is being affected right now. Goldman Sachs is growing more optimistic about the U.S. economy, saying a recession is just 15% likely, down from its previous 20% odds, citing reduced inflation and a strong labor market for its rosier view. Novo Nordisk is the most valuable company in Europe, snagging the top spot from luxury purveyor LVMH. Driving the Danish pharma giant's rise is demand for its weight loss drugs, Wegovy and Ozempic. I find this really interesting, actually. Spotify is going to reportedly restrict white noise podcasts from its ambassador ads program starting October 1st because, and I guess this is a good reason, those streams are for background noise, not active listening. So people who have them on are probably not paying attention to ads.
Interesting. Well, we will have to fill this market and try to be extra soothing going forward with this podcast.
We could do an ASMR version of this podcast, which I'm sure some of you would love and some of you would very much not love.
Well, yeah, we'll release a spin-off at some point in the future.
The Hawaii Tourism Authority is encouraging tourists to still visit the state of Hawaii, but just to avoid the West Maui burn areas. This is to avoid an economic downturn. The wildfires have cost the state $9 million per day due to a decline in tourism so far. And finally, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman is the first recipient of Indonesia's Golden Visa, which offers foreign investors priority screening, longer stays, and other perks across the island nation.
Julia, it should have been you. Let's be honest.
Me?
You should have had the Golden Visa. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
I do not have anything to invest the way that I'm sure Sam Altman does.
I guess I can see why they made the decision that they made. I'm just saying, if I were choosing, you definitely would have been going.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Moving on to our top story today, is chasing TikTok a mistake for YouTube? As we've talked about many, many times on this podcast, every app wants to be TikTok. And for good reason, they are very popular. But over at YouTube, apparently some senior staffers are not so sure that Shorts, which is YouTube's answer to TikTok, is a good idea. Ben, do you watch Shorts? I feel like I don't watch Shorts.
I only watch those produced by the HubSpot YouTube channel, which our friends produce those. So not really, I would say, in the spirit of how other people watch Shorts, no, I do not.
Okay. I feel like the only reason I don't is because I'm watching Instagram Reels and also they're of cats, and that's about it. But Shorts are videos up to 60 seconds in length that users can create and upload with their phones, and they apparently have in-app editing tools, which is pretty cool. They're pretty popular since launching in 2021. Shorts has gained 2 billion users, but according to the Financial Times, some insiders worry that it has come at the expense of YouTube's long-form content, which, I don't know, maybe it's just because I am not Gen Z, but long-form content is what I go to YouTube for.
You bet.
And apparently they are more lucrative for YouTube because they obviously have more room for ads and they receive higher click-through rates to e-commerce sites. Creators receive 45% of net revenue for Shorts compared to 55% for longer videos. So in theory, they're more lucrative for creators, but creators actually get more money through brand deals, apparently. So if brands want Shorts, creators are giving them Shorts.
I mean, that's the whole story here is like, at the end of the day, yes, everyone's trying to copy TikTok. That's because TikTok is winning with advertisers right now.
Yes, it's winning with everyone. I must admit, I like TikTok. I would not think I'm going to go to YouTube to watch short videos. I want to go to YouTube to put on a 10-hour Yule log video when my friends come over to have ambience. or watch deep dives into weird conspiracies.
I mean, you did link to a 10-hour crab rave recently, so
I did.
I'm still working my way through that one.
Yeah.
You know, as we're talking here, it doesn't seem like YouTube ultimately has much choice.
Yeah, that's the takeaway that I am getting. Like, people can be concerned all they want, but at the end of the day, YouTube does have to keep up with consumer tastes, especially those of younger users, Gen Z, millennial, people who are going to be continuing to use YouTube. But it may not be all bad. Apparently, 3 consecutive quarters saw a dip in ad revenue, but sales rose 4.4% in Q2, which is still $7.7 billion. So it's not like there's no ad revenue coming in here.
Right.
And then, you know, there are a couple other smart takes, I thought. 9 to 5 Google pointed out that YouTube has more than just long form video and shorts. It's also got podcasts. It's also got music. It's even got TV. YouTube has apparently an NFL Sunday ticket, which is probably popular for people who aren't watching cat videos like me.
It is. Yes, it is wildly popular. I mean, they spent so much money to acquire these rights. Lord knows they're going to make a lot more back.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that I also found interesting was there was a McKinsey & Co. report that was talking about how just because people start with the short stuff doesn't mean they won't go to the long stuff. And the couple examples that they gave, 59% of Gen Z users actually watch short form video to find longer stuff that they want to delve further into, which just seems smart. And then also there's a lot of talk about like, oh, people don't have the attention span, but apparently Book Talk, which is people talking about books on TikTok, it has over 174 billion views. That has actually helped apparently sell 20 million additional books in 2021, implying that maybe you'll do something really short, but then you want to watch a longer video or read a whole book. So these seem complementary.
They do. I'm going to throw one more wrench into this whole thing.
Okay.
Because right as we were about to record, I saw an Axios piece about TikTok.
Okay.
And we're about to enter a really crazy time in social media because now TikTok wants to maybe be a little bit more like the others who are trying to be more like them. What was reported here is that they had posted a whole lot of new jobs, and what they're looking to do is really up their social networking game.
Okay.
Because now what you're seeing is a lot of things that are posted on TikTok are being shared by people on, say, Instagram.
Okay.
And so what they're going to be trying to do is trying to get their users to essentially stay in their platform by potentially what it seems like is really mimicking the function of so many of these other platforms. So really, we're just headed for this really great experience where everything is exactly the same.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, we all win.
Yes, I love to have 12 different accounts and 12 different passwords for 12 different things that are all exactly the same but slightly different.
Well, things are about to get really, really, really great for you.
All right, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you for tuning in to the Hustle Daily Show. We're a proud part of the HubSpot podcast network. Our editor today is Robert Hartwig, and our executive producer is Darren Clarke. We've got a lot more tech and business coverage in our newsletter, so if you're not signed up, go get yourself subscribed at thehustle.co/email. And we'll see you tomorrow in Boston.